goes past a couple, into the box, get the shot off. Yes! We're at Wembley! After the ball in. Oh, what a chance here! They've done it! Lefondre looking to get goal side of Font. Lefondre away from David. 3-1 Reading. 3 points Reading.
Hello and welcome to the Elm Park Rolls post-match reaction for a 3-0 win versus Sheffield Wednesday. Wow, the graphics have gone funky there. So let us know your thoughts on that fantastic win. Goals there for Michael Elise, Lucas Jow back on the track with all his goals now, and Andy Yidden wrapping it all up. Your thoughts on that, Alex?
Couldn't really have been more comfortable, could it? After they went down to 10 men, they really weren't any threat at all. I don't think they had a shot on target the entire game. And that was kind of the definition of professional 3 points, really. 3 wins in a row, 3 wins all to nil as well. And we, to be honest, in all 3 games, it doesn't really feel like we've ever looked like conceding in any of them now. And that's got to be a positive.
Yeah, Dave is right. That penalty from Elise was fantastic. I thought it was going to be Lucas Jow. Hopefully not. I didn't want it to be Lucas Jow. I thought it was going to be Puskas stepping up there, but he took it brilliant, didn't he?
Yeah, I was a little surprised it wasn't Puskas, given, he hasn't missed a penalty for Reading yet. But no complaints. Elise kind of stepped up and took it very confidently, put it into the corner. You can't really complain if you score your penalty. You don't mind who takes it.
No, and Puskas was good today, though. To win the penalty, to anticipation there for the get that pass and drive into the penalty area. But Sheffield Wednesday had a nightmare there, giving it away and giving away the penalty. And that was shocking. But that's not our issue, is it?
No, not going to complain, really. And I did see one of the Sheffield Wednesday fans claim that it wasn't a penalty. Not really sure how. It was, very, very...
It was soft-ish,
poor
but
tackle. It was a poor tackle, though, wasn't it? Let's be honest. I'm quite content, to be honest, with today. I don't think we played out of our skin or anything, but we definitely kind of just put Sheffield Wednesday away very easily. They didn't look any threat to us. 3-0 is a decent way to get us, get some goal difference up as well, which we've really struggled with. I think we've been under 10 goals in goal difference now for a little while. So we're back up to plus 12, and Barnsley are below us at least in terms of goal difference. So that's going to be, potentially very big at the end of the season.
Yeah, we now have a 4-point gap between us and Bournemouth in 7th. Obviously, late drama there in the Middlesbrough-Swansea match as well, which pushes Middlesbrough further back and also keeps Swansea just about within grasp. They have got games in hand, though, haven't they?
And a huge game next weekend with Bournemouth playing Barnsley next weekend. So one of them is going to have to drop points. Simon makes a great point here. So many teams are getting men sent off against us this season. I think a lot of that comes down to the fact that we've got players like Ajara, we've got, Elise, and they're very, very good on the ball and very, very quick with their feet. But also we've got a lot of pace on the counter. And you're seeing defenders getting caught out behind and having to kind of sacrifice themselves in order to not give away those chances.
Yeah. I think it's just down to our quality of attacking this season, which has been excellent. And we saw players come into the day like Tom Holmes, and we also saw Tom McIntyre playing in a kind of midfieldish position for some parts of the game. I thought they both did fine today, didn't they?
Yeah, McIntyre being in midfield was maybe a little bit of a surprise. I think some people might have expected us to line up with 5 at the back potentially, but. Yeah, he did a reasonably good job in the centre midfield, considering it's not his regular position. I think Tom Holmes was very, very solid at right centre back. He didn't really ever have any challenge there, except for a header in the first half, which he got in front of the defender and cleared very well out for a corner, whilst the score was still 0-0. I would probably go 2 up top against Forest next week, Peter. I think, to be honest, today kind of shows that we played very well with 2 up top. I wouldn't make any changes to the lineup unless Ajaria or Rinomhota or Morrison were fit again. Even if Mate was fit, I'm not sure I would bring Mate back in yet. We don't want to get any of those players injured again before the last kind of like 8-9 games of the season after the international break.
Also good to see Lucas João going off quite early in games now. He gets his goal, he goes off. So that's kind of an hour's less play he's almost had this week than he would have been having previously. It all kind of slowly mounts up, doesn't it, with players? So we go into the Forest game next week with a week off, a bit fresher as well.
Yeah, and one thing that we always have spoken about with Puskás is, with João is just how injury prone he is. And if he's got half an hour's less time to get injured, then fantastic, especially when we've already kind of got the productivity we need out of him for the game. If he's got his goal, then he's not going to be too worried. He's not going to be too worried if he comes off. We're not going to be too worried if he comes off. If we're 2-0 up and the game's pretty much dead, let's take him off and not worry too much about next week in terms of his fitness.
So yeah, good win, fantastic victory for Reading. Sheffield Wednesday did not look great. They had one opportunity before we scored. They've had the header off the bar. If that goes in, it could be a different game, couldn't it, completely? But this is what happens when you're down the bottom. But we are going for, I still say, slightly automatic promotion. Why not? Let's be optimistic. 3 consecutive win, 3 clean sheets. Do you think that's fair, Alex? We've still got outside chance.
We've still got to play all the teams above us, right? We've still got to play Norwich, Watford, Swansea. We've still got to play, I think we've still got to play Cardiff as well before the end of the season, and Barnsley. So we've still got to play a number of these teams at the top of the table. And there's no, it's going to be difficult, don't get me wrong, but there's no reason if we go into those games with a run of form, there's no reason that we can't pick up points in them. And if we're picking up points against those teams, they can't pick up points. So it's not over until it's over, realistically, is it? Yeah,
I totally agree. We can still get up there. It's going to be a push with all the injuries we've got. And if we get another 1 or 2, we're going to be in real trouble. But as Piers says here, it's fantastic to see Reading fans on the pitch. So enjoy that win tonight. Enjoy it this weekend and for the rest of the week. We will be back with more coverage of Reading next week. And just enjoy it. You are.